Hello guys, I'm Nagla Magawi, and today I wanna speak about it's a different because is there many problems with this concept. So why perfect grads don't matter? Why? I want to discussion with you about many points or highlight an important point. So, perfect grades do not necessarily matter for a variety of reasons. Number one, limited reflection of real-world skills. Grades primarily measure a student's ability to memorize and regurgitate information rather than their practical skills. Critical thinking abilities or creativity, real-world success often depends on these skills more than an academic grades. Yes, actually, I mean it. Number three, Number two, different learning style. Grades are often based on standardized tests and assignment, which may not cater to all learning style. Some students may excel in other areas not measured by grades, such as problem solving, team working, or communication skills with people. Leaders. Yes, number three, individual strengths and weakness. Yes, it's necessary point. Yes, actually, the education system values certain subject over others, and the grads tend to focus on a narrow range of academic skills. Students may have unique talent and abilities that are not reflected in their grades but can lead to success in their desired careers or fields. Number four, lack of context. Grades do not always capture the full context of a student achievement or challenges. A perfect grade may not indicate the effort required, personal growth, or overcoming of obstacles or to learn that grade. Number five, emphasis on memorization rather than understanding. In pursuit of perfect grades, a student may prioritize memorizing information for exams rather than truly understanding the object matter. This approach can hinder long-term retention and application of knowledge. Number six, unrealistic pressure and mental health. The pursuit of perfect grades can create intense pressure and anxiety among students. This can have negative effects on mental health and overall happiness, leading to burnout or a lack of enjoyment in the learning process. Basically, number seven, career success is multifaceted. Employers and graduated school consider a range of factors beyond grades, including internships, work experience, extracurriculars, activities, personal projects, references, and interview. These aspects provide a more holistic view of a candidate capabilities. Okay. It's important to note that while perfect grades may not be essential for success, actually students should still strive for personal growth, understanding of subject, and continuous improvement day and day, week by week, year by year. The education system should also shift towards a more comprehensive assessment of skills and individual strengths to better prepare students for the real world. Okay, I read about many articles related or associated this concept. Why grades, master grades, or do not necessary by psychology and book and scientific. So remembering why perfect grades aren't everything. Not, I swear, not everything. At the end of the last year, thousands of years, 20 graduated received their final grades. And while the emotional response around the country likely ranged from devastation to Europe, whichever side of the spectrum a graduate might fall on, it's still important to remember. Grades aren't everything, my dear. For those who did well, it's a great accomplishment that will serve as head start for these features. And for those who didn't, it's an opportunity to look at what they can learn from the experience. But for both campus, accepting that marks are not that be all, and in all of education is an important lesson going forward. And the best thing parents can do current student is to show them why. Because grades aren't a reflection of intelligence or ability, they are a reflection of hard work. 27 VCE student Dania Hugh received an ARTA of 99.85. Yet he insists this grade do not come easily. So one important lesson I learned through this 30 years of schooling is that success doesn't necessarily belong to those who are naturally talented or those from wealthy family background. It belongs to those who work hard. It's a quote. I took it upon myself to study as hard as possible for the HSC. I worked assiduously trying to maximum my potential with every subject. I'm not an intelligent kid in terms of intelligence. I'm probably below average, yet that never fazed me. While the exact definition of hard work will vary for every student, some may excel in particular areas and struggle with others. The rewards from efforts and diligence are universal. Aspiring for perfect grades is bad for our mental health. A USA study found that 80% of surveyed students base their sense of self-worth on their grades. The lower their grades, the lower their self-esteem. And when grading systems are dependent on many variables, it's a very precarious and dangerous measure of value. Basically, one of the largest studies into student mental health in Australia revealed that 70% of respondents rated their health fair or poor. So 79% of students suffered from anxiety, 75.8% suffered from low moods, and 59.2% experience feeling of helplessness and worseness. And even if school is the sole cause for mental health for some students, this challenge other areas of young people's lives, including their social life, home life, physical health, and future career of study perspectives. Furthermore, anxiety about grades and achievement can exactly impede performance. While some stress is normal, especially around exam time, and can help to motivate kids to study, excessive worry and perceived pressure has a negative effect on performance. In the aforementioned study, 82.1% of studies had suffered from lack of energy and motivation. Yes, 55% had trouble sleeping, and 52.7% had experienced panic. Lack of sleep is detrimental to self-regulation, which is our ability to control emotion, cognitive function, and behavior. Therefore, making a sleepy folk more likely to experience anxiety and less likely to be able to conquer the anxiety. Anxiety itself affects working memory, what we need to retain information, an exam situation, It leads to avoidance of school homeworking and study, and it makes thought processing less efficient. So it's clear that by putting too much pressure on the future outcomes of study, we're getting in the way of the process of learning. And on that note, grades aren't the point of school. Learning is. Researchers shows that prioritize good grades over anything else limit our ability to learn. It discourages academic risk-taking, creativity, and engagement, critical elements of productive, rewarding, and ultimately successful school experience. As a result, students can lose their desire to learn, and in essence, their motivation becomes slowly to get through the next assignment or the next test. This attitude leads to cramming and unhealthy study and life habits, causing stress and anxiety, negatively impact sleep, and reducing engagement and information retention with the study material. And that's why prioritize learning over grades in the key to success. Yes, actually, I mean it. They work hard and understand the value of diligence, persistence, and commitment to what they are learning. And in the face of failure or disappointments, they are resilient. They take this setbacks an opportunity for further learning and growth, while chasing good grades in affinity in the Hoover. It ends when the result comes. A love of learning can and usually does last a lifetime, and the benefits of love of learning continue into outhold in university, work, social, and home life. That's why motivation and not innate ability in the key to success. So help your kids thrive in school by showing them that grades aren't everything. I swear, not everything. That learning is privileging and one that we should value and enjoy. That being challenging is one of the best ways to learn, and that the benefits of loving learning will last far longer than any grade. Parents can do this by promoting a love of learning from young age and outside of the school setting, encouraging students to pursue their interests and passions rather than choosing subjects that they are naturally good at, taking the pressure of but holding high expectations to support their motivation and self-esteem, and by focusing on finding the value in the process rather than the outcome of all their children in the Hoovers. Some point in my mind, I will share this with you. Individual definition of success. But success is different for me and you and all the people. Success can mean different things to different people. Some individuals equate success with happiness, personal growth, or making a positive impact rather than slowly reeling on grades or job titles. They believe that perfect grades do not necessarily indicate success, recognize the diversity of personal aspiration and values. Changing demands of the job market nowadays, the world changing every day, every second, every minute. The job market is evolving and employers increasing value skills such as teamwork, leadership, or personal planning and creativity, while good grades may open doors. Until employers often prioritize candidates with a well-rounded skill set and relevant experience. Yes, limited focus on a personal development. A student who solely focus on achieving perfect grades may miss out on aspects of personal development, like building social connecting, developing emotional intelligence, and pursuing happiness. These aspects are equally important for overall success in life. Different types of intelligence, yes. Basically, grads typically access academic aptitude, but success in life requires a wide range of intelligence, including emotional intelligence, creativity, practical intelligence, and interpersonal skills. Someone with perfect grades may excel academically, but may struggle in other essential areas. And finally, I want to say grades, not everything, yes, and focus on yourself to update your personal, and that's it, and thanks for watching, and bye bye.